The lighting and the angle are okay?
Wait, let me. Hi, everybody, it's David Wildson, the New Jersey Globe. I am joined by Jack Ciattarelli, candidate for the Republican nomination for governor. Assemblyman, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, David.
So I just want to clarify something because there's a lot of candidates. There've been a lot of ads. We had a lot of hours of debate. I just want to make sure I have it right. Is it possible that if you're elected governor on your first day, you might take some actions?
You bet. I've said all along, executive order number 1 on day 1 is no city in our state will be allowed to be a sanctuary city, will not be a sanctuary state. And I think the president's done his job in securing the border. Now, governors should be working in partnership with the president to keep our country safe. We do that here in New Jersey by not having sanctuary cities and us not being a sanctuary state, which in my mind only encourages illegal immigration.
And this is, you've been doing this. You've been around politics for a while, and I went back and I looked at your first race for Raritan Council, which was incredibly close. A nail biter, and you were what, 28 at the time or something like that, and you came back the next year, and Jim Florio was winning Raritan by a big margin, and he had no coattails in your town. You won fairly substantially. I mean, what are these lessons of the early days that you had in politics, serving in local office, winning competitive elections, where I'm sure you woke up that on election day, you didn't know really how that was going to go because there was no polling or anything like that. How is that framed, how you are as a candidate?
David, I consider myself very fortunate having won twice at the municipal level, twice at the county level, 3 two-year terms in the legislature. Always terminating myself, by the way, but in a town, a county, and a legislative district where Democrats outnumber Republicans. And what it means is you need to go out and earn people's faith, trust, and confidence. And you do that by pressing the flesh every day and talking about how to solve the problems and addressing the key issues that are on people's minds. And that's exactly what we're going to do this year. It's what we did in 21. It's what we're going to do here again in 25. I see this political landscape is very different this time around, though. No pandemic. Wasn't easy trying to campaign for governor during a shelter-in-place order. No incumbent this time. Murphy did leverage the power of incumbency to his credit. They're beating each other up pretty good on the other side of the aisle, and I'm not so sure they're going to kiss and make up. But there's a lot less in difference because of my close race in 21. Trump performed fairly well here last November without even campaigning in the state. And the party registrations for the two parties has gotten better for Republicans by nearly 300,000. This is a different political landscape. I've got wind at my back. We're going to win this race.
And, I had mentioned this to somebody last week. You set, and we none of us in politics, we're all a little superstitious. So there are no presumptions and I hate predictions, but you broke a record, or you set a record in 2021 as the first non-incumbent Republican to win all 21 counties. There's a possibility that today you will tie your own record, and you become the first person non-incumbent to have done that twice. That seems like one of these like Cy Young, Joe DiMaggio kind of records that is just going to be really hard to break for somebody.
David, I am my parents' son, and I never met two people that worked harder. I've got their genes. Hard work always pays off. You've got to earn it. And I'm sure you watch me on the campaign trail. I enjoy every minute of it, being out there every single day. In any given 2-week period, we touch every county. We try to touch every one of our 564 towns, north, central, south, and Jersey Shore. Yes, there is a central Jersey. I live in it. We try to touch every one of the 600 diners because that's really where you take the pulse of New Jerseyans. But I don't mind putting in the hard work to demonstrate to people how serious I am about this very serious thing, electing a governor. But I also want people to see that if this guy governs the way he campaigns, New Jersey is going to be just fine.
Okay. And I promised your staff I wouldn't take you that long today. Last words to the voters, people who might be undecided at at 2:00 in the afternoon on Tuesday?
Ciattarellis have been here for 100 years. We've all achieved our American dream here. When I'm asked why you're doing this, I want to make sure today's New Jerseyans and future generations can achieve their American dream right here in New Jersey. Unfortunately, a whole lot of people don't feel that way today, whether it's education, whether it's the job of their dreams, starting a family, starting a business, retiring here. Those are all the things that people are very insecure about. I believe each one of those things can be fixed. Leadership matters, the kind of leadership I'm ready to provide.
Jack Ciattarelli, thank you as always for coming on, and you never say no, so I appreciate that. And good luck tonight, and I'm sure we'll be speaking soon.
Good, David. Looking forward to next time. Looking forward to being with you as the official nominee of the Republican Party.
Have a great night.
You too.